Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I've got to say that Michael Sheen, the actor, the Welsh actor, is turning into a bit of a... Well, I can't say the word too early in a video. YouTube don't like it. But it rhymes with knob. Now, he's saying that he finds it difficult when non-Welsh people play Welsh characters. Seems a bit odd when you consider that it's called acting, not being. Does that mean also then that as a Welshman, he can never play any character who isn't Welsh? It's a very strange argument to make considering how few Welsh characters there are. But we'll take a look at this article and see why he really is turning into an absolute one of them. Hand shandy man. Here goes. So Michael Sheen says he finds it hard to accept when Welsh characters are played by non-Welsh actors and reiterates his call for the Prince of Wales title to be abolished. Well, he's entitled to his views, of course, but this is a very, very strange and hypocritical fellow indeed. He's very, very famous for playing Tony Blair, who's Scottish. Why couldn't they find a Scottish actor to play him? Why did Michael Sheen do it? If he doesn't like non-Welsh playing Welsh people, surely it would be hypocritical for him to say a non-Scot should play a Scot. He also very famously played David Frost, an Englishman. Why couldn't they find an English person to play an English character? Surely Michael Sheen should have said, no, as someone who's not English, I can't possibly play an English character. He played Arizavale, I think the name is, in Good Omens. Surely they could have found a genuine demon to play that character. It is a very strange thing to be. I'll tell you, he played Mrs. Kenneth Williams. Right. Perhaps they should have found a homosexual Englishman to play Kenneth Williams by his arguments rather than a straight Welshman. Do you not see what you're doing, Michael? Do you not see how you're making yourself look like a hypocritical twat? I mean, you really are. Now, if you want the title of Prince of Wales to be abolished, that's fine. Call for it. Nobody's going to do it, but you can call for it. That's up to you. But to sit there and say that actors can't take roles because it's not who they are negates the term acting. You're starting not to act, but to be. You cannot stay in your lane. And how do you learn as an actor? How do you grow if all you can play is yourself? The man is a moron. Now, I do hope he sticks to his own rules. I hope that from now on we never see Michael Sheen play any character other than a Welshman. Otherwise, he'll be just seen as what he is, hypocritical. It'd be wrong of him. It'd be absolutely wrong for him to play anything other than a Welsh character. And good luck to him. As I say, there's not that many Welsh characters that one can call to mind. There's many characters that are perhaps not Welsh, but very few that are. Perhaps he could write some. He could write some plays all about himself. Self-insertion, because that's all it's going to be. If you are no longer allowed to play anyone who's not Welsh, Michael, that's fine. Tell you what, English people won't play Welsh. And that's what you really mean, isn't it? You don't mean non-Welsh people. You mean English people. Let's be honest, you are a bit anti-English, a bit Anglophobic, deep down. Anyway, Michael Sheen has revealed he finds it very hard to accept when Welsh characters are not played by Welsh actors because he's a bit of an idiot. And he criticised posh stars cast in working class roles. Why? If someone who was working class can imitate someone posh, it's called acting, isn't it? He doesn't understand this. Maybe he doesn't understand what acting is, perhaps. I mean, he's not particularly a good actor. He's he's a jobbing actor. I did actually like him in Good Omens, but he's not an Olivier here, for God's sake, Anyway, the outspoken Welsh actor, 54, and moron, also blasted the ridiculous title of the Prince of Wales, saying he sees no reason why the silly title should be used in the modern age, and certainly not with someone who's not Welsh. That's the whole point of the title. Learn your own history. The whole point of the title is that the Prince of Wales is not Welsh. It's showing who owns Wales. Sheen is known for being a proud Welshman, and that is bound to get... I know what I said. I'm doing it deliberately. I want to see the comments. Sheen is known for being a proud Welshman. And recently featured in a clip calling for the Brecon Beacons National Park to be renamed in Welsh Banau Brycheiniog. And I hope that's right. But here's the thing. He's saying, oh, we should change it. Because the English call it the Brecon Beacons, we need to change the name to something in Wales. Something in Welsh. Fine. You can call it what you want in Welsh, but the English people will continue to call it the Brecon Beacons. The same way as people in England and Wales, Michael, and you, call it Munich in Germany, not München in Germany. Because you call it by the name you know it as, not the name the locals call it. We say Paris, not Paris. You see the difference? Different languages have different names for the same thing. So if you want to call it, Banau Brycheiniog, you go ahead and do it. But I and the Welsh, and the Irish, and but everyone else who's not Welsh will continue to call it the Brecon Beacons, and everybody will know where it is. It isn't difficult to understand. Why do these tiny little, tiny-brained little individuals open their mouths and let the stupid pour out, oh, you can't play a Welshman unless you're Welsh. Oh, we must name it in Welsh so that people who from foreign countries call it the Welsh name. That's not how it works. That really isn't how it works. You call it by the name that you call it in your language. And in English, it is and always will be the Brecon Beacons. Certainly I know that. I've been asleep and I use the word asleep very roughly. I did fall asleep up there. Must be 30 odd years ago. In the middle of a storm. It was horrible. But that's how it is. But you can't force people to do things just because you don't like it. You need to grow up, Michael. You really do need to grow up. Anyway, now in an interview with the Daily Telegraph, Sheen claims seeing people playing Welsh characters who are not Welsh, I find, is very hard for me to accept that. Not particularly on a point of principle, but just knowing that that's not the case. And yet here's the thing. You play characters that aren't complete knobs. And yet here we are. Amazing, isn't it? And there's the Prince of Wales, who's German. He's German, Michael. Sheen, who is known for his role in Frost Nixon, he played Frost, an Englishman, and The Damned United, playing another Englishman, defended his claims as saying a white man would not expect to be cast as Othello. Haha, I mentioned this. A role typically played by black actors in Shakespeare's 1603 play. Let me just rephrase. He says typically played by black actors. Not typically throughout history it hasn't. But anyway, that's a different thing. Olivier played Othello. Make of that what you will. He said it would be sad if non-disabled actors were not allowed to play Richard III, who had radial dysplasia. That's fine. Find someone who's got radial dysplasia and who can act and whose voice is commanding enough, and they can do it. And anyway, you are making a point of saying that Richard III had radial dysplasia. They know that there's no evidence of that. All the hunchbackiness and that was done out of paintings. First of all, it was only ever seen in one painting. And secondly, when examined, it actually looked like there was a painting behind it. It had been overpainted, but overpainted by the house that came after York, who didn't really like the Yorkists. It's, it's the opposite, I suppose, of being erased from history. It's being disabled through history. Oh yeah, make him a hunchback, give him a lip, do all this, make him nasty. He was probably a perfectly fine gentleman. You don't know this, but you're opening your big Welsh gob, aren't you? And you're talking about things and you haven't got a clue. First level, top of the class arse. He really is. What an idiot. Anyway, I'm going to round off there. He just annoys me. For any actor to say he wants to limit his roles is a really stupid thing. But he isn't, of course, just limiting his own roles. He's therefore limiting everyone else's roles just because he has some bee in his bonnet about what he thinks is right. Let's follow that through. If only an actor like this can play that and only an actor like that can play this. What's he going to do? Only this and only that. You won't have actors anymore. There'll be no actors. What is the point? You won't have anyone stretching and learning their art and becoming better actors because they can get into the nitty gritty of a character and develop this. They wouldn't do it. They're only allowed to play themselves. It's pointless and stupid, but you don't expect much else from the likes of Michael Sheen, because he is a bit stupid, really, isn't he? Not bright. Not bright at all. I mean, had some very seriously nice women, I grant you, Kate Beckinsale, but he must have done that through other means. He certainly didn't wow them with his intelligence. Anyway, I shall stop there and finish, and I shall thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, and yes, you can act, you can play whatever you bloody well like. Don't listen to idiots like that. Goodbye.